Hey gang, Ronin here. Welcome on back to the Retrocade. It's Monday, and that means it's time for another one-day playthrough, and it's going to be the last one we're going to do for a little while before we jump back into our next big playthrough starting next week. If you've been enjoying the content on this channel, best way you can show it, as always, is to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, ring the bell to be notified of the latest content. Also, don't miss out on Sports Saturday, Sucker Punch Sunday, and WTF Wednesday. They're all coming up later on this week, where we play a sports, fighting, or fighting platform-based game from the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th generation. And then WTF Wednesdays, where we take a look at games that back in the day seemed like good ideas, but now, 20, 30 years down the line, maybe not so much. So be sure to catch those as well. Follow us on Twitter at @RetroCade. Help us hit our goal of 100 subscribers as soon as possible. We've picked up a couple of new followers over the weekend, which I was very happy to see. And if there's any game you'd like to see us feature from the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, the Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, or Mega Drive, SNK, Neo-Geo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, or PlayStation 2, leave it in the comments below, or drop me a tweet. Give me any game you like. And because we're continuing on with our one-day features, we're going to play a game that is another arcade port for the mid-'80s, and it was actually one of the very first games I played from Capcom. We're going to play Gun.Smoke. And Gun.Smoke was a multi-port title that actually came out in arcades in 1985. And I like this game for two reasons. One, it's not a hard game to play, and two, it doesn't take long to finish. And two, it started the Western genre in a way that really was not something I was expecting at the time. You have to remember, back in the 1980s, the idea of doing games based on Westerns was a pretty unpopular thing. Obviously, nowadays, you have titles like Red Dead Redemption 2. Back in the 5th and 6th generation, you had titles like Gun and Red Dead Revolver. And in looking up the research on this title for Gun.Smoke, it is stated that Red Dead Revolver and Red Dead Redemption are kind of like the spiritual successors of Gun.Smoke, even though they were done by completely different studios. Obviously, the Red Dead series is done by Rockstar, whereas I said this game was done by Capcom. And this was done before Capcom ever came out with Street Fighter 2. It was before they ever came out with the original Street Fighter. So, but also with the habit of the 8-bit generation of taking the popular arcade games and porting them onto home consoles was what made this interesting to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to play through this, and the differences between this and the arcade version is there are only 6 levels in this game. So you could potentially beat it in about 10-15 minutes. And how you play this game is that you go between the A and the B button, as I totally forget the fact I have to move with the D-pad and not the control pad, or with the control stick. That's what I get for not having. But anyway, you shoot left with the B button. You shoot right with the A button. When you want to shoot straight, you hold both buttons at the same time and you move around with the D-pad. And you can pick up different bonuses and power-ups along the way. But in much the same way like Jackal, which I had played in our first one-day playthrough. And those POWs are nice because they take out everybody on the board. It's a bullet hell game. You just got to know how and where everybody's going to be. This is the other nice thing, is when you can find people in town that will help you unlock certain things. Unfortunately, I don't have enough money to get the shotgun at this point, so and I won't lie, if you have a controller that can hit, that has a turbo function on it, that makes this game both a lot easier and a lot more fun. Whoa. But unlike it was with most games of the time, where they were really focusing, and I mentioned this when we were talking about Jackal. There we go. I want to get more ammo. Now, I need to be able to get the wanted poster to get to the boss. The horse can help me out because it gives me more life, because the horse can take the brunt of the damage. Unfortunately, I don't have that right now. But at some point, the wanted poster will have to turn up. But this is... Oh, as I got taken down. I mean, it is a fast-paced game. You can just see that by the way this is playing. And now I got hyperspeed, which is even better. Pow, take them out. Shotgunners taking them out. Now, if you lay down enough of a layer of suppressing fire, you can cover both avenues pretty quickly. And again, having a turbo function on this game is great, because then you just hold the buttons down and let rip. And your standard pistols do quite a bit of work. But if you can pick up stuff like the shotgun, and I always like the Magnum personally. The Magnum rounds just tend to really, really just do a ton of damage. I will get the shotgun, but I have enough to get the wanted poster now, so I'm not going to worry about anything else. I can start getting bullets. Ooh, and I get me the horse. Now the horse allows me to get a little bit more damage, but I still have to be careful I don't take too much. And now I get the wanted poster, which allows me to get to the boss. But this is a fairly hyperkinetic game in terms of just being able to go to town on, on all these guys here in Hicksville. And I love that that lets me move even faster to get out of the way of all the guys who are shooting at me. Ooh, okay. I'm not sure what that did for me, but... Alright, now I get the boss. And the boss has... You can tell he's at the life bar up top. Okay, my horse took one hit. But I took him out. But it's weird going back and playing a game like this as opposed to playing Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead Redemption 2. And I will admit, I have both of those games, but I have never finished the original Red Dead Redemption, and I haven't even started Red Dead Redemption 2, in part because both games got so badly spoiled for me upon their release that it bums me out because I want to be able to play them, and I want to be able to enjoy them, but I already know what's going to happen. And nowadays, it's so much harder to be able to avoid spoilers in most games. It's also part of the reason why I haven't played Last of Us 2. But then again, I'm also of the few people that have not finished Last of Us 1. Again, because I already know what happens. I have the remastered version, and I plan on playing it. Now, this game was actually part of a compilation that came out. Yeah, I'll get the machine gun this time. Ah, and this allows me to change over. If you hit select... Oh, that was bad. That lets you transition over between weapons. I don't remember what the cow skulls do, but... I've always found that saving the magnums for, or saving the special weapons for the boss tends to be the better option. Because the bosses, because they have their own health bar, being able to utilize it for them always tends to work better. Whereas with the rank and file goons, obviously, you just need to be able to plunk them, and that's it. Ooh, I'm in a pickle here. Ooh, and I got caught in the blast zone. But I got an extra guy, so it means it keeps me alive a little bit longer. There we go. Okay, come on, you buggers. This game was actually, like I said, it was re-released as part of a compilation from Capcom on both the PS2 and the PS3. I haven't seen anything about it being updated on any new-gen consoles. So your best bet might be, if you're interested in playing it, to either get an emulator, or if you have a PS3, now that the PS3 store is still not, or still alive, I should say. You can get it there and try it out. Or, if you have an emulator like I do, that's what I'm playing this on. I'm playing on JNS 1.2. You can give it a whirl on that. Okay. Should be able to get to a point here pretty soon where I can get that wanted poster. Do you have it? No, you don't. I don't want the shotgun, don't want the smart bombs. Now the boss in this one throws sharpened boomerangs, which is not something you're akin to seeing in the Old West. Oop, needed that because I think that gave me an extra life. And it is all about just trying to transition between left and right and picking your targets. I need the wanted poster. So now I can face the boss. But for being a top-down shooter, I mean, this isn't... It's not bad, and you can also kind of see some early elements of what Capcom's more cartoonish style design was going to be. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, because it was ultimately realized in games like Street Fighter 2. Pow it is. Thank you. Goodbye. But it does make it easier to navigate through these levels and see where the bullets from your enemies are flying at you. Oof, I almost get taken out there. That's not smart. Okay, so now is when having stuff like the machine gun is a good thing. Okay, and I gotta watch out for those blades as they're flying around. Ooh, and he took me out. But I still got one more guy. But now I don't have the wanted, or I have the wanted poster because I get to fight him again, but I don't have the machine gun. But this is where it gets difficult, because you've got to be able to keep an eye out for those boomerangs, as well as the other stuff that is flying at you. But if you're good enough as a shot, oh, which I clearly was not there, then you can take them out before they come in and take you or cut you to pieces. So we'll give this one more whirl since we're only about 15-20 minutes in. But I also appreciate how you can continue on a given level. You don't have to restart completely from the start of the game. You obviously have to restart the level over, but for a top-down arcade game, at a point where bullet hell games were not nearly as crazy as they are now. I don't know, this is one of those little games that always struck me when I would rent it, or my friends would have it and we'd play it. I just had so much fun, you know, popping it in for a little bit and trying it out. Now the nice thing is, I didn't even realize that, is that I can pick up when the guys who are throwing the sticks of dynamite, when they drop them, and I'm just going to ignore the marshal over there because I can't buy anything from them anyway. Okay. Oh, I got a free wanted poster out of that. See, yeah, like I said, at some point in in every level, there is a spot where if you can shoot it right, you can pick up the wanted poster. So you don't have to shell out 25, 30 grand to get it, depending on which level you're at. And unfortunately, being the Old West, you also don't get things like, you know, you don't get armor, you don't get bulletproof vests or anything. It's just you against all these goons. And you gotta make it through the level in one piece. Ah, I should have waited on that until there were more guys out here. In some ways, this game, and it's going to be a weird way to put it, this game felt a little bit like pinball to me. If you ever played a good pinball game, you know it's understanding spatial awareness and where... Okay, I don't have any special weapons to utilize here, but... Oh! Got all the way there and I had a freaking grunt take me out. Cannot believe that. But again, like I say, it's all about spatial awareness and knowing where everything else is on the board. Already down 2 guys here as I hit the boss already. That's really frickin' annoying. Ah! And just like that, I'm already toast. Alright, we'll give this one more go. I never said this game was easy. But unlike the arcade version, in the arcade version, you just have your 6 shooters and that's it. In this version of it, they at least gave you additional weapons that you can play with. you know, different stuff that you can try out. And I think, even though it's never really stated, I think it also helped give them an idea of things that would come in handy later on for titles like Mega Man. Now, Mega Man had already come out by this time, or at least the original one had. Because the original one came out, if I remember right, in '86. With that awful, awful packaging. That's still one of the worst cover designs I have ever seen for a game of a guy who doesn't look anything like Mega Man. Standing there with a gun instead of the boomer arm. Ooh, I just got right through those 2 bullets, and I got the wanted poster already. So we're shaping up to get to the boss, to Cutter, already. Which means I'm going to have to go at him again without having any special gear. Whew, I'm getting really close to getting taken down by these guys. And they're little white pellet bullets. Okay, gotta pick up the cash. Alright. Clear the road here. I think we're at the boss again. So let's see if we can finally take Cutter down. Yes, we are. Damn it! Ah, it never fails. I'm sitting there trying to clear the way out so I don't have to worry about Cutter. And these simple guys in the green shirts keep mowing me down. Okay, I just gotta hit him one more time. Ah! Are you frickin' kidding me? It's about as close as I might get. Now, every time you die, you lose those boots and the guns you get. And what those do is they boost your range of your weapons. Ah! Now I'm in a real bind. I gotta take him out one more time. If that guy took me out, I would have been 8 shades of pissed. Ah. Alright, we got enough time to try this one more. But yeah, in the arcade version, you didn't get extra weapons, you couldn't buy weapons. You just had your 6-shooters. And for as much time as I spent in arcades, I don't ever remember seeing an arcade that had this one in it. But you see, with the boots, I can move a lot faster, and with the getting the gun power-ups, you can see how much farther I can shoot. But I still have to worry about getting guys inside that cone. So you're not shooting just truly, 45 degrees. Okay, I got this guy behind me. I gotta take him out. Which I did. Did I get the wanted poster? Yes, I did. Now, I will admit also, for being a 35, 36-year-old game now, and being a game about the West, there are certain things in here that would not bear close scrutiny nowadays, especially in regards to how Native Americans are portrayed. I'm not condoning any of that stuff. You know, one of the bosses in here is a Native American character. And just because I'm playing this game doesn't mean I approve of stuff like that. I'm not saying it's right. And if that sort of stuff bothers you, then, you know, you're not under any obligation to play this game. Alright, Cutter. Let's see if I can finally take your butt down here. So tired of dealing with you and your flying boomerangs of doom here. Okay, got him once. Got him twice. Oh! Man. Now I'm gonna have to get a lot closer to hit him. Okay, almost got him. Whoo! Finally took him down, and that last boomerang almost got me. That would have been not fun. And out of that, what do I get? 12 grand, which back in the 1840s, I could have bought a small town for that. See, and like I said, the next boss here is Devil Hawk. And he's worth 25 grand. At least I got out of that last freaking level. It's very similar to playing, like, you know, we played The Adventures of Batman and Robin yesterday for Sucker Punch Sunday. And I don't know why it is the secondary levels are always that difficult for me, but they just are. Okay, I'm going to pick me up the Magnums, because the Magnums are just so powerful that if I can hit the boss with it, then I'm going to be in good shape. And I think that just got me an extra guy, which I'm quite happy about. Whoa! Ah! That was just not going to be a good spot where I was. Guys chucking tomahawks at me, that's not going to end well. Okay, well, that ends up being it. And we're at about a half an hour anyway. So that, guys, is Gun.Smoke from 1988, by way of circa 1995, for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And again, as I said, you can get this game on both the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. I don't know if the Xbox store still has the Capcom arcade cabinet, but if you do, if you can find it, that's where it is. And now that the PS3 store has been put back up, if it's there, you can find it there as well. But if you've enjoyed this game, and I hope you have, best way you can show it is to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, ring the bell to be notified of the latest content. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at @Retrocade. Help us hit our goal of 100 subscribers as soon as possible. That way we can unlock YouTube's customization algorithm and make this channel even better. Don't forget, we have WTF Wednesday coming up middle of the week, as well as Sports Saturday and Sucker Punch Sunday this weekend. And if there is any game you would like to see us feature from the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, Sega Master System, System, Sega Genesis, or Mega Drive, SNK, Neo-Geo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, or PlayStation 2. Leave it in the comments below or drop me a tweet. Can be any game you want. As always, my name is Ronin. Been great to spend this Monday with you, everybody, and I will talk to you again on Wednesday. Bye.